Welcome to CTV News Trendline with Michael Stittle and Nik Nanos.
Nik, there's a lot of palpable pessimism, I suppose you could say, especially among the youth of Canada, young voters. You've been doing some tracking on that sentiment as well, and what have you found?
Yeah, this is kind of like, I'll call it the Nanos polling therapy couch for citizens, right? We ask people what emotions they would use to describe how they feel about the government in Ottawa, not the Liberals, right? Or not Justin Trudeau, just generally the government in Ottawa. There are like two positive things, anger and pessimism. Those are the two negative things. The two positive things are optimism and satisfaction. And then there's kind of disinterest, which is kind of in the middle. What we've seen is the anger quotient has hit a new record in our tracking on this. About 31% of Canadians say that would use words like anger to describe how they feel about the federal government. That's up a full 6 percentage points. And you know that anger quotient, Michael, if you're from the West, like Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, you are very angry. 45% of Canadians in those provinces would use the word anger. Pessimism is also significant. And you know, the other thing is for young people, one of the things that we're seeing is that they're becoming more and more disinterested. It's kind of like they're unplugging because they're so upset about how things are. And you know, disinterest nationally is around 11%. Among young people, it's 17%. But you know, right now, only 21% of Canadians say that they're either satisfied or optimistic. Wow, more than 6 out of every 10 would use words like pessimism or anger to describe how they feel in terms of the government in Ottawa.
I mean, that's a huge challenge for the parties, potentially going into a federal election, in the coming year. I mean, how do you react to that, especially if you're the Liberal government and the budget that we've just seen, or another major party?
So the big question is, this survey was done for Bloomberg before the federal budget, right? It was just released. Question is, does the budget really change anything? Like, you know, if you're angry and pessimistic, are the Liberals kind of like now Charlie Brown's teacher, kind of like wah, 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 where people are so angry and pessimistic, they just don't hear what they have to say. I think that's the challenge that the Liberals have. However, if you are the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, you're trying to ride this wave of anger. Because you know what? If people are angry, you don't have to worry about calling them to remind them to vote, because they're angry. They'll get out and they will get out and want to punish the incumbent government of the day. So for Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the Conservative Party, you know, he's probably looking at numbers like this and thinking, how can we stoke the anger? How can we stoke the pessimism in order to create the conditions for an election that's based on time for a change, at least if you're the Conservatives. And then if you're the Liberals, you probably want to say, this is a bad time for change. Or the other change is not good change. And that's probably going to be the main battleground. But these feelings really give a sense of how people are, where people are at right now when it comes to the government in Ottawa.